So hi, welcome to episode number 5. This one is all about technology in our classrooms. My mission is to reimagine what education can look like, and technology obviously is going to play a big role in what the solution is. So when I was a teacher in a core class, I used technology to post my lessons. It was nothing too earth-shaking. I had basically taken the analog offline version of my class and I put it online. But there wasn't really a fundamental change to what we did as a class. But I always wanted technology to fundamentally transform what was happening. Students weren't so much researching online as Googling the answers and just trying to find the easiest way to the shortest answer. Our current system looks a lot like this. Learn content, get graded on an assessment, and repeat. This ends up being the foundation of all of our classes. The grade is the whole point of this show. Will the kids remember it next year? Well, the grade is there. Do they have better skills or habits because of this class? Maybe, maybe not. But either way, there's a grade. Either way, the grade is what we use and what carries on. We train our kids to look at their grade as the meter stick of their success, but not their learning, not their confidence, not their abilities. They don't look at those things. They don't really have a way to gauge those. And this is the first point. Students look at grades and not learning as their overall goal. Now, the second point is about adults. When it comes to fixing education, we're looking in the wrong direction. We're looking towards Edtech to help fix things. There's thousands of Edtech companies competing to get into our classrooms. These companies need to make a profit. They have no choice but to serve the most generic, broad range of classrooms. To be successful, they need to have two things happen. They need to be simple for a novice teacher to administer, and they need to work within the educational framework that we have. That means grades. But the existing system is the problem. Edtech products can't fix the problem when their success depends on enabling it and helping it go better. And this was hard for me to accept. Edtech wasn't going to fix anything when grades are the point of school. We need to shift the underlying priorities and that definition of success first. So I propose we allow a second model for how our students can move through school. First, the goal is to learn a new skill. You're going to connect that with your interests and your strengths and the previous skills that you already have. Practice and creatively personalize the thing you're doing, and then add it to a portfolio. This process matches real life much more closely than this A, B, and C system that we made up. And by the end of high school, a student could have both. They could have grades from a class like math, and they could have a portfolio for the rest. So here's what it could look like. A student who's obsessed with dirt bikes could go to their creative writing class and have a creative writing thing in their portfolio about dirt bikes. Their business class, they could write a plan for a repair shop. In their metals class, they could make a custom bracket for it. And a web design class, they could make a custom website for their racing, or their portfolio could live on that website. There's a lot of potential to breaking us away from this, boiling everything down to a grade. The critical moment in all of this would be the moment when a student says, what do I have to do? We're so used to being rigid in our responses because we're not used to having the ability to let students choose and move in different directions. But then this is where Edtech comes back into the talk. This is where Edtech can really help. When a student asks, what do I have to do? We can turn it around and say, what do you want to do? So if this class is to help you develop creative writing skills, well, here are your options. This website will help you do this. This one will help you do that. And look at this last website. Here's what kids are doing there. Imagine if Edtech started to bundle with similar products and offer a variety where a student could have 25 students go in, let's say, 6 different directions at the same time. This is a fundamental change, but I'm living out what that could look like in this classroom every day with Innovative Arts class. So being able to turn from what do we have to do to what do you want to do can also set the context for a lot of powerful conversations that only can happen when a student cares about what they're learning. How to be a better learner, how to be a self-advocate, be a more self-aware person, be more curious or creative or confident, have a better mindset. These are real conversations that could have a huge impact on our students. And it would all stem from turning that one question around. What do I have to do? Becoming, what do you want to do? Would every student be perfectly engaged? Probably not. But consider the apathy that we currently see in our classrooms. I can say without a doubt that kids want to move into their own interests and into their own directions. They'll make it fun and they'll impress themselves.